So it just seems like Sheryl Swoopes at this point is grasping for straws. She went onto the Gilbert Arenas podcast, and she believes that Caitlin Clark right now, with the way she's playing basketball and how she's breaking assist records, broke her career scoring record in the game, isn't dominating the WNBA. And the reason why we're talking about Sheryl Swoopes so much is, one, she's a pioneer of the WNBA. So her opinions hold a lot of value to fans out there because she's one of the OGs. Now, when it comes to Caitlin Clark fans and their support for Caitlin Clark and how she's playing her game, helping the Fever make the playoffs, and the numbers are really good, they're wondering, are you ever going to give her credit? And if Sheryl Swoopes continues this behavior, she's only going to get more pushback. And people are going to keep talking about her because she's discrediting somebody who is making a huge impact for the league. So that's why I talk about Sheryl Swoopes, because when you look at a generational talent and you need this player to help elevate your league so it can start making money, so it doesn't have to live off the NBA, and you have somebody like Sheryl Swoopes pushing back against that idea, of course we're going to talk about it. Because again, she's a really good WNBA player. She had a great career. And for her to not embrace what Caitlin Clark is doing is crazy to me. Because if Caitlin Clark were to retire today and say, you know what, I don't want to play for the WNBA anymore, the views are going to go down, sales are going to go down, people aren't going to be as interested in the WNBA anymore. Now, I'm going to play exactly what Sheryl Swoopes had to say here about Caitlin Clark not dominating right now.
If we had a number, if we would have said, when we're talking about dominating with Caitlin Clark, what would those numbers have? What was the numbers?
It would have been a scoring number.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Because of that high clip, shooting it.
Right,
So
right.
we'd have been.
You know, the crazy part is I got to agree with Rashad McCants in this video, and some of the things he says on Gilbert Arenas' podcast is just ludicrous. But in this take, he's right on the money.
Like,
That's what she did.
Do you consider 20 points per game? So you don't consider 20 points per game?
So if her stats, when we're saying she won't do this in the W, she averaged 31.6, 7.4 rebounds, 9 assists, right? Did anyone expect her to do that in WNBA?
Those three? No.
Right? So she didn't do that.
No.
Now, if we say her stats are today, what?
20 points, 8.4 assists, 6 rebounds.
That's crazy.
But
That's crazy.
5.6
Those are hell of a number.
Those are hell of a numbers.
But to me, that's not
Period.
dominating.
Yeah, it's only not.
Okay, let's stop right there because let's look at Sheryl Swoopes' MVP seasons. Remember, Caitlin Clark's at 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. So let's look at her MVP seasons. 20 points or 21 points in 2000, 6.3 rebounds, 3.8 assists. So she's averaging less assists as an MVP. 2002, 18.5 points a game, 5 rebounds. I'm sorry, 18.5 points a game, 5 rebounds, 3.3 assists. Again, Caitlin Clark's averaging more assists, had more rebounds than her in 2002 and more points. 2005, Caitlin Clark has more rebounds, points, and assists. And Sheryl Swoopes won MVP in all 3 seasons. And in 2005, Clark's numbers were better. So if she doesn't believe that Caitlin Clark isn't dominating today, then those numbers aren't dominating either, right? Because that's your argument here, because you're saying that the numbers aren't as dominant. But you won MVP. So would you say your numbers are dominant? Probably would, because in her eyes, Sheryl Swoopes, she was really good back then. In our eyes, you can't say that because it would contradict what you just said. Because Caitlin Clark's numbers are better than your 2002 MVP season and your 2005 MVP season. But apparently, she's not being dominant. Yeah, this is some nasty work by Sheryl Swoopes. And again, the reason why she gets so much pushback is because basketball. Like, Sheryl Swoopes has played in the WNBA. She had a fantastic career. And for her to keep dismissing Caitlin Clark, it's nauseating because all we want from her is respect. We're not asking her to like Caitlin Clark. We're not asking her to always praise her 24/7. But when Caitlin Clark goes out there and breaks the assist record in a season, scores the most points as a rookie in the season, and on top of that, breaks your record for most points scored in the game, you have nothing to say. You don't act like it's a big deal, and you just want to dismiss it. That's the problem here.
It's only not dominating because she's a rookie.
Now,
Because if she's putting up numbers like Asia right now, Would she be dominating?
Yes.
So it's about
Yeah.
the numbers.
Yeah.
I don't look at the dominating factor being numbers. It's what you're doing on the floor. And those numbers would change if the factors on the floor changes. If you make that layup, the stats change. If you swing, I get a layup, stats change. These are factors on the floor that we don't get to see because we're glorifying the stat.
Here's the thing, what McCants said here, and what's happened with Caitlin Clark this season is her teammates haven't always finished her passes. So imagine if her teammates were catching the passes, they were finishing the layups. How many more assists would Caitlin Clark be averaging? Maybe 12 to 13 a game? It's very possible. And again, if Sheryl Swoopes says she was dominating in her MVP seasons, I'm going to look at her like a hypocrite because your numbers are not better than Caitlin Clark's numbers right now for 2 of your MVP years. Those are just facts, whether you like it or not. But yeah, like you said here, people need to quit attacking Clark. This is getting annoying. You don't hear NBA or NFL players get this kind of garbage. Major, major truth. Every point, assist, and rebound was important for each victory they had this season. Exactly. Those are obviously dominant numbers. Caitlin is even more dominant on the court when you watch her and her team playing. There's no better point guard in the league right now from what I've seen so far. I don't want to go as far as say she's a racist, but man, it's just ridiculous what she does here. She's just jealous, in my opinion. I don't know why she needs to keep doing this. And yeah, again, black and white right here. Not dominant according to Sheryl Swoopes, but the numbers, as you can see, are better than her 2 MVP years. And if you want to say even the 2000 season, she's averaging more assists in the 2000 season and almost has more rebounds and close to having more points. So I just don't get it. It's kind of crazy. And here's another thing that they brought up on the Clark Report Twitter page. We had to shave off 2 points a game, 1 rebound a game, and 2 assists to find the next closest comparable season. And look who's there. Diana Taurasi, Kansas Parker. Sabrina has 2 of these top performances, and Caitlin Clark is 5th. I don't see Sheryl Swoopes up here. You can give credit to where credit is due. You don't have to like Caitlin Clark, but to completely dismiss what she's doing. And Sheryl Swoopes didn't even get on Twitter yesterday, or I should say on Sunday night, and give credit to Caitlin Clark for the record she broke, but she was all over Asia Wilson. She had the jersey on today. God forbid if the Aces lose in the playoffs to the Fever. Oh my goodness, that would be insane. I don't think that's going to happen. But man, if the Fever found a way to beat the Aces in the playoffs, Sheryl Swoopes might want to go into hiding because that would be some nasty work going on from the fans. They would not let her out of sight. They'd be calling her out 24/7 and really holding her feet to the fire. I don't see this from the NBA. Now, there is hate from analysts, but I don't see them completely dismissing people's accomplishments like LeBron James or Nikola Jokic or Luka Doncic. Yes, some of their takes are egregious, but not to this extent, in my opinion. Sheryl Swoopes was on a live national television game where Caitlin Clark and Collier won Player of the Week. She didn't say anything. She ignored it on national television. That's the problem. It's just unprofessionalism. It's the ongoing dismissal of Caitlin Clark. You know, maybe it will work for the league because if you're hating a player, we see all of this with Skip Bayless, how he constantly discredited LeBron James. That might help get more attention on Caitlin Clark and more fans to rally behind her, especially when she does win a championship and become the best player in the league. That would probably help them. We'll see if that does work out. I don't know because the league is very small. Yeah, Sheryl Swoopes, I don't know what she's doing here. And I thought we were done talking about her, but she continues to make headlines for the wrong reasons and just not give Caitlin Clark her flowers. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what Sheryl Swoopes had to say about Caitlin Clark. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.